Welcome back to Real Training Camp with the Los Angeles Lakers in El Segundo, California. Things wrapping up. Phil Jackson bringing the team in and letting them break. All right. And that is, as it has wrapped up here at the Toyota Sports Center. Mark Fine and Norm Nixon, now joined by Kobe Bryant, if you didn't recognize him. First question's got to be, everybody's going to want to know how you're feeling. We see the knee wrapped. How's the knee and the finger?
Doing well. Knee is doing much better than it did than it was last year in the playoffs. So it's getting stronger. And the finger kind of is what it is, but that's feeling good too.
Well, I want to ask you about the World Cup. How was the World Cup, man?
It was an amazing experience. I got a chance to actually sit, with the crowd and hear those Fufuzellas going crazy. It was a wonderful experience.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna get back. You asked the fun questions.
Yeah,
I gotta stick to the business. We're not seeing you out on the floor yet. Can you let fans at home know maybe what the timetable is with the knee? When will you be running, Phil? When will you be back to?
When it's ready, I'll play.
Okay.
Simple as that.
That means he'll be playing opening night, though, this guy. But I want him to take his time, But I noticed something very interesting about your practice. It seems like you guys go through very basic, fundamental stuff for most of the practice. Is that Phil's style, or have you been doing this since you've been here with Phil?
Since first day of camp, when he first got here in 99, 2000, we had practices like this, and it's been that way since he's been here. He's a very fundamental coach. He preaches the basics, and he wants us to master those basics, and that's all we do.
Is that tough for veterans to come into camp and have to go through those same tedious things? I mean, I'm sure there are kids at home watching don't like doing it in their practices. At least they come see you guys go through the same thing.
After you win championships, no, it's not.
Gotcha.
You understand what gets you there.
But I will say this for veterans. Most veterans don't want to do training camp anyway.
He's mentioned that a couple of times today.
Phil's camps, though, aren't
that
crazy.
hard.
I mean, he's not, because he understands it's a long season. He understands he has a veteran group. He's never been a kind of coach that really pushes players to do all these sprints and all sort of stuff. He'll run you a little bit, but for the most part, it's all X's and O's, and it's all fundamental work.
Well, we talk about Phil and winning championships. What is the one characteristic that you think he brings to the table that enables you guys to continue to win and play at this level all the time?
Well, it's his understanding of the momentum of the game and the basics of it. I mean, he's not a coach that's a rah-rah coach and in guys' faces and trying to pump them up and motivate them. He preaches the basics, and he preaches the style of play that we want to have, and he does that on a consistent basis. So the message is the same.
Now, and I know usually in the summer times you're a maniac when it comes to working out. Did you get some rest this summer?
Yeah, I didn't do anything all summer. I really just, that was my training.
Good.
Resting was my training. So.
Talk a little bit about the new guys. I mean, this is a team back-to-back championships, and there's no question you guys have picked up some guys both, through free agency and also through the draft that should be good additions.
Yeah, we got some, key additions.
Yeah.
Obviously, Matt's a big part. Steve Blake's one of the most underrated pickups of the offseason. Bringing Derek back, obviously. Theo Ratliff, who does not look 37. And then obviously the rookies that we drafted. We feel like they have a lot of promise as well. So we got a good group.
And that's got to be, for the veterans, that's got to be a big deal, too, in terms of rejuvenating. Look, you're trying to do something. You can't say it's unprecedented because Phil's looking to do it for the fourth time with the three-peat, but by the same token, something that's obviously very difficult, and you're not just standing pat. You're trying to make improvements.
Well, I mean, every year is a different challenge. We don't try to group years together. We just approach this season as something new, something fresh. And, if we win it again, if we're fortunate enough to win it again, the end result is a three-peat. But it's not something that you think about on a day-to-day basis. It's about how are you going to win this season with the group that we have.
And in talking about that, staying on that same line of thinking, what are the one or two areas you think you'd like to see this team improve on, or what are the two most important things that you think you guys need to do in order to keep winning at this
It's always
pace?
defense and rebounding. That's always the key for us. We feel like if we do those things, we'll be fine. We have enough firepower to generate offense. Your offense is going to struggle from time to time, but we feel like for the most part, we have guys that can step up and make contributions offensively. But defensively and rebounding is what gets those championships.
Right.
With Phil, the conjecture is that this will be his last season. Obviously, there's a little wiggle room that's been left there. But has that changed things at all? As you guys talk about that at all? What's the feeling around the team concerning that?
No, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We, we approach it the way he's taught us to approach the game, which is take it day by day. You don't think about what's going to happen in the future. You just think about the moment that you're in.
Okay, the moment that we're in right now is we're sitting here at real training camp with the LA Lakers, and I've said this already several times during the course of this show. There has got to be less attention for a back-to-back championship team than there's ever been in the history of sports because of what is going on a beach on the other side of the country. What's that been like to watch that whole thing unfold and to have it really, it's had somewhat of an effect on what's going on over here?
It's been great for all of us. I think it's been great for me. I like you guys. I don't really like dealing with all that hoopla. So but it's been good.
Well, what do you think about? Tell us a little bit what your thoughts are. There's been so much. Look, LeBron James was vilified by a lot of people around the country after his decision to go to Miami, and the three of them getting together. People have used the term collusion, and it's a lot of people looking at it negatively. What's Kobe Bryant think about it?
I'm happy for them. I've said this, and I continue to say this. I'm happy for him because he's happy in his decision, and D Wade obviously because he's had a couple years down there in Miami where it was a struggle for him, and he's too talented to be in that kind of a situation. So, and Chris as well. So they're all happy, and so I'm happy for them.
Well, back to you. I'm going to talk about your injuries again. You did not want to get the finger taken care of. Why did you make that decision?
It's the timetable for recovery was just too extensive. For me to miss a significant part of the season for an injury that I've played with anyway. Right. It just didn't make sense for me to do that.
You making any changes, adjustments? Do you work on things in the way you're shooting the basketball and handling the basketball with the finger? You
know what? Last year was from game to game. Okay. Literally, it depends on where I got hit and how hard I got hit and how I was taped up. And this year, hopefully, it won't be that way. So far, I've been able to shoot without it being taped up. Did some things on the court yesterday, got hit on it pretty good, and it was fine. So I'm optimistic that I won't have to play with that cast.
Revisiting the championship, you lost to Boston, you beat Boston. How sweet was that to have an opportunity to go back to get the team that beat you?
No, it was great because those opportunities don't come along too often.
Getting to the finals doesn't come along too often. Be able to get them back in the finals, though.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have that chance, and also measure ourselves, right. And to for us, it was like, okay, can we face these guys and can we beat them? Because we know how they played us in 2008, so it was about how much have we improved since then, and our toughness and our execution. Can we get through this team, and we're able to do it.
All right, I'm going to bring it. You say, can you get through that team? And I'm going to bring it back to the Miami thing because we talked about, them getting vilified and you being happy for them. That said, let's talk about the basketball side of things and what challenge you think they might present in the league and for you guys at some point.
I have no idea. I haven't played one game yet.
True statement.
Well, Coach, your coach talked about the fact that it's a team game, and that's more important in looking ahead at what they may be able to provide, and that's the challenge for them, right, in terms of how competitive they're going to be.
I don't think that's a challenge for them. I really don't. For me, it's just a matter of what style of player they're going to have. That's why I can't answer your question because I don't know.
You don't know how they're going to play.
I don't think it's a matter of them gelling together. I've been around these guys on the Olympic team.
Right.
I see how well they play together. I don't think that's going to be an issue at all.
It's going to be interesting to see when you guys face off.
We'll still need big men.
Yeah, well, that's a big part of it. Hey, and Lamar Odom's a center now, right? And he played center in the offseason. You got another big guy there. Hey, Kobe, appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck this season. Hopefully you're all healed up and ready to go when it gets underway.
Yeah, we'll see. Thanks.
All right, thanks.